Nothing can stop me. No. 'Cause I'm addicted to what you and I realize. Lead the way, I follow. No need to say, where we are heading now, babe. I follow to the edge of it all. So tell you good night, 'cause I'll find a better one, yeah. Susceptible now, before the moment flies, before it flies. So tell you good night, 'cause I'll find a better one. Susceptible now, before the moment flies.
All right. It is good to be here on a Wednesday night hump day. We made it halfway through the week. Well, here in Colombia, they didn't work too much this week because they had Monday off and they got next Monday off. Yes, here in Colombia, they got 2 vacation days or vacation weeks in a row. And usually that's every month. Can you just imagine living in a country where you got 2 vacation days every single month? Shout out to you guys being here in the building. Appreciate every one of you being here, all 33 in the building. Click that like button. I like you. Make sure you like us too, because we already know
Oprah coming next. Once I establish this as a place of truth, oh yeah,
Oprah coming next. Shout out to you guys being here, clicking that like button. We got a great topic tonight. It's a 2-parter. Remember back in the day when you used to go to the movie theaters, you can go see your major motion picture, and then you would have the feature, and then you would have that extra movie that they would show in the beginning. I remember when I was young, I saw Crush Groove and Eddie Kruger, a Nightmare on Elm Street. They showed you Nightmare on Elm Street, and then the feature of the night was Crush Groove when it first came out. And we all first discovered LL. Shout out to the 80s. Shout out to the 80s. Yeah, I remember those double features. Well, tonight, that's what we got for you. We got a double feature. What is that? Okay, I was wondering what that was right there, my bottle of water. We got a double feature. First, we're going to be talking about, the main feature is us discussing why is it that individuals, especially we're finding out that are mostly black men, 2 L's are going to be taken tonight. White boy L's and black dude L's. We're going to talk about the black dude L's first for a split second. I don't know what it is about the passport bro movement or guys that are just brothers that got their passports and you travel, or you're an expat or ex-military and you live outside the United States. There is starting to become a major disdain for you, as well as me, that live outside of the United States, that have decided that to take advantage of, like the original definition of the passport bro was, in regards to better cost of living, cultures, countries, not just one country, as well as the coochies. Yes, the ladies. Remember, the 4 C's of the passport bro movement is actually, even though I used to have the L's, but the 4 major C's are cost of living, cultures, and that include language and food and everything else, and dancing and all the other things. Countries, meaning that you enjoy more than one country, as well as the coochies, the ladies, more culture or ethnicity of the ladies that are out there for you. But there are some brothers out there that are bitter. And there are brothers that are even out there bitter with our brother Dennis Sperling, the Blizzard King, who's actually an advocate of the passport bro movement, and will be speaking at the Black Manosphere Conclave this September 6th through the 9th. So make sure you guys get your ticket for the conclave. But why is it that individuals hate what Dennis has to say, hate what we have to say, and no matter what facts or stats or information that we give, which are statistically true about us as well as life in the United States, brothers are ignoring what we have to say as if we're talking to the ladies. We're going to talk about that. We're going to watch a video from a brother that has a beef, a major beef. Shout out to New Orleans. He's from New Orleans, fellas. A major beef with the Passport Bros and with Dennis Sperling. We're going to do a breakdown on why Black men in the United States are starting to have a disdain for men who travel as well as men who relocate to other countries. But before we do that, we also going to talk about the L for the white brothers. Did you white brothers think y'all going to get away with this? I'm going to tell you something, white brothers, before we go to the chat. The block is hot. For all you white boys that don't know, that means that you need to shut down your operations in that neighborhood. The block is hot. You're doing just a little too much, white boys, and it's starting to come back on you. You want to holler that you want to be Passport Bros? We let y'all in, no problem. Y'all been traveling like we have for years. No problems. We've been traveling from the plains of Africa. You guys have been traveling from the prairies of Europe. We understand. But right now, y'all hot. First, you had your white brother who deleted that Colombian DJ in Bogota last year. Then you got the white boy just a couple months ago in April messing with little kids and then tried to run back to the state of Ohio, and they had to drag him back. Now you got white boys that's being turned away from the airport, including some brothers, but mainly as white boys I'm seeing being turned away from the airport because y'all on that angel's wish list, meaning that y'all got some epiphilia in your that pH-ophilia in your past. And you being turned away at the airport because America is snitching on you. Yes, America is giving the list of anybody that got to do with that pH-ophilia messing with them kids. Y'all being turned away, and mainly is your white brothers. Y'all taking the L tonight too. So if the brothers taking the L, y'all taking the L. But before we get started with the topics at hand, because we're going to be talking about the sentencing, how much they sentenced that guy Tuesday. Remember that I just mentioned the guy that deleted the young lady, the DJ in Bogota? Well, he got sentenced Tuesday, and we're going to talk about how much he got sentenced to, as well as a warning label for all of us who are travelers, especially men. There's a warning label for us. They are serious in Colombia as well as all throughout South America when it comes to how we should behave in their countries. But let's get ready to get started with the brothers with the super chat. Shout out to my man, Will and Thrill. He said, greetings, Andre. Shout out to you, Ohio player. He said, greetings to Andre, and the chat. We all know chat lives matter. He said, support Black male media. He said, push that like button. Remember, gentlemen or gents, he said, we are high value men. Date women of substance, not because of a big butt and a smile. They're poison. We are in the top 10% minimum when we travel. Don't you ever forget that, gentlemen. And he means that, and I mean that from the bottom of my heart. When you get off the plane in the States, yes, when you're going back home and you get making your $40 or $50 or $60,000 a year, you feel like you're the average guy, right? Just the average guy. But most of the places that we go throughout Africa, throughout South America, Southeast Asia, and many parts of Europe, like Spain, Italy, and even Portugal, and also I include Greece in there, you land off the plane teetering around the top 10 to 15% economically in these particular countries. You got to start acting like it. I know you live in the hood in the States, but that's not the behavior you need to be bringing to other countries. I am who I am. That's all that I am. I'm Popeye the Sailor Man. I got you, brother. I understand. You are who you are, and that's all you're going to ever be. But as for the rest of you that are listening, I'm letting you know, in all sincerity, you can't do it like that. You are in the top 10% economically getting off the plane. You got to be wise with the type of ladies that you enjoy and invite into your atmosphere. I'm going to say that again. The brother is right. We have to be a lot more wiser with the type of ladies that we enjoy and let into our atmosphere. You could come to Colombia, but why you always got to smash broke chicks? I don't get it. I don't know what makes us men feel better when we come to other countries and we are in the top to 10, 15% economically. And the only chicks that we ever want to smash are broke chicks. I'm going to tell y'all something. And I mean this from the bottom of my heart. I only mess with one baby mama in this whole country. So when y'all talk about any number of baby mamas, I don't know what you're talking about. Because I was running rampant just like the rest of y'all. I'm Dre the Ripper. Remember, I was Dre the Ripper, tying them to the train tracks. And if Dre the Ripper can run through Colombia like you guys were, and I ain't mess with no baby mamas except for one. And I didn't mess with nobody that didn't have a job or some type of career. Not a one. Everybody I touched was employed. Everybody I touched either was already in school, had something going on about themselves, owned a business, owned some property. And I'm talking about young ladies under 30, under 40. So when y'all be trying to preach that gospel of every female that you mess with got to be broke, that's you. I came off the plane realizing, Dre, if you want to be safe in Colombia, realize you are in the top 10 to 15% economically in Brazil, in Colombia, in Peru, in Paraguay, in Chile, in Ecuador. No matter where you go, Dre, no matter what females you deal with, bruh, you got to protect yourself by not acting stupid and pretending like you broke when you ain't. Some of y'all go in some neighborhoods that you know that if that neighborhood was in the States, you wouldn't even drive past that neighborhood. You wouldn't even want to get a flat tire in that neighborhood if that neighborhood was in the States. But let a big button, a smile get a hold of y'all in Colombia, and y'all just scamper off into those neighborhoods, and you wonder why you end up going to battle with situations that you shouldn't have been going to battle regarding. Let's just make sure that we treat ourselves. My point is that in the same point of Will is, gentlemen, treat yourself like you deserve to be treated. That's all I'm saying. Shout out to my man, Detroit 313.
You better back the fuck up out my face, goddammit. I'm from Detroit, Michigan. Don't play with me.
Don't play with them boys from the D, man. Y'all know what's going on with them. Shout out to the Plantation Bros. Shout out to them. Yes, sir. To all the Plantation Bros that don't understand why other brothers are traveling. And when we tell you time and time again, over and over and over and over again, tell you the same thing. We tell you we're leaving because of cost of living. We tell you we're leaving because of cultural opportunities. We tell you we're leaving because we're trying to see what's out there in other countries. And we tell you we're leaving because, yes, the coochies, or the ladies, in other words, are better than the ones that we're dealing with back home in the States. And even though we tell them the same thing from live stream to live stream, from panel to panel, from video to video, from podcast to podcast, they still want to come up with their own narrative. I'm talking about men. I'm not talking about the women. I'm talking about men still on Mr. Gilmore's plantation. Because Mr. Gilmore, good white folk. Don't you leave his plantation. Him good white folk. Him made us sharecroppers. This is our land. This is their land. They allowed us to have equal rights. Mr. Gilmore, good white folk. Don't you dare leave his plantation. He let us plant watermelons now. But at the end of the day, they still don't understand us. So shout out to the Plantation Bros, because y'all ain't going nowhere. And statistics show that. We're going to talk about that today. Shout out to my man, Black Nubian. Them Canadian boys, they're at it again.
I told this guy where I was from. He said, oh, Canada.
Man, Andrea planning on heading up to Canada together, man. I miss Canada, man. I really enjoy every time that I used to, coming from Detroit, you could jump on the bridge, Ambassador Bridge. You could just take the tunnel, and you would just shoot down 301. 3 hours later, you're in Toronto. Just imagine. Just imagine a straight shot down 301. You ain't got to make no turns. Just straight shot down 301. 3 hours later, you're in Toronto partying all weekend. Boy, I used to go through some baddies in Toronto. Yes. You know, Toronto right there, not too far from Quebec. So now you got them French sisters. You ain't got to go to France to get you a French sister. All you got to do is go to Canada. What? Yeah. Shout out to them Canadian boys. Shout out to my man James Wingate in the building. He's a Wingate in the building. James says, he said, want to support you. We'll watch the replay. Replay crew is in effect. You guys are always here in the building. Shout out to you being here.
You better back the fuck up out my face, goddammit. I'm from Detroit, Michigan. Don't play with me.
And that is me from Detroit. And shout out to you replay guys. Shout out to my brother Victory being in the building. Another Ohio player. Roller coaster. Roller. Shout out to the Ohio players that is out there. He said, what's up, everyone? Ohio players in the building. Yes, sir. So much come out of Ohio. The funk sound came out of Ohio with Parliament Funkadelics, Daz Band, Bootsy Collins. Who else came out of Ohio? That funk sound, man. I know, like I said, Parliament Funkadelics came out of Zap came out of Ohio. Roger, man, Ohio. That's that whole little Cincinnati, Dayton stretch. I mean Daytona, no, Dayton stretch. That whole little Cincinnati. That's straight off of I-75 coming down from Toledo, straight on down. That area, nothing but great music came out of that area. Nothing but great music. Shout out to you guys. Let's get a shout outs to the other guys that are in the building as well. We got 89 people in the building. Once again, tonight's topic is a two-parter. Brothers, you gonna take an L tonight. White boys, you about to take an L first. Hot. I'm telling you now, y'all making the block hot in Colombia. It ain't the brothers now. It's y'all that's being turned around at the airport. It's y'all that they going back to the States and bringing y'all back to Colombia because y'all want to touch them little kids. And it's y'all that just got sentenced this past Tuesday to a lot of time for deleting that fine Colombian DJ last summer. We're going to talk about and look at the news headlines here in Colombia. How much time did that dude get? I say you white boys taking the L. How much time did that white dude get? And do you guys think that he's going to survive that long in a Colombian prison when he's supposed to be at home in the States with his Christian family? Shout out to E-Man in the building. First of all, first of his name. Shout out to him being here in the building. My man Timothy Howard in the building. He said, these single mother raised males got some serious, deep hatred towards men. This is so true. And I don't think you're being facetious at all, Tim. There are a lot of brothers out there that have a bitterness towards men because they weren't raised around men. Especially guys that were like me, the older brothers. I had to grasp hold of manhood through other positive males around me. I didn't have no male that was over me in the house. I'm the oldest male. Some of you guys in your households, because the struggle of becoming the true man who you are today, it happened because you didn't have a male in the house over you. You was the older brother. You may have had an older sister, but you was the older brother. I was the oldest in the house. So I'm supposed to develop manhood without a man over me to see how manhood works. So I had to find out true manhood by volunteering to, being involved in sports. Now I got my football coach. I was a chess champion playing chess as a youth. So I had my chess coach. I was an artist, an oil painter. So I had a lot of the guys that were that were into oil paints and things like that. The instructors, the other artists that was teaching us and helping us turn this into a business. I had to use those men as examples. But if I didn't have that mindset of using other positive men, like being in junior achievement, the 4-H club for all us farm folk, to where I purposely being a part of the Boys and Girls Club, being part of the after school program with the YMCA, the deacons in the church, the pastor of the church. I had to find some males that was doing something that was about themselves. And I don't deny that some of y'all had to do the exact same thing to become the great man that you are. Some of you dudes found the maleness or the positive male role models in the military because you didn't have a dad there or an uncle there on a regular basis. And the dudes that your mama was dealing with, I know the dudes my mama was dealing with, there wasn't no role models, bro. Okay. All right. So yeah, there's some dudes out there in the States right now that ain't got no role models. Shout out to my man, Culture Invasion Podcast. Shout out to you, brother. Appreciate you. Hey, Culture Invasion, man. If you have a real podcast, drop the link to your channel so we all can subscribe. On this channel, if you are a YouTuber and it's positive content, not hating on somebody else, but if I don't care what subject matter you have, if you are a YouTuber, we support Black male media on this channel. Drop the link at least 2 or 3 times throughout the show of your channel so we all can subscribe to your channel and support what you're doing. So shout out to you, brother. Shout out to Marina. I hope I pronounced that correctly. Forgive me if I said that wrong. Stop going overseas to get a woman. Stay and marry. Stay marry into your own yard. Yeah. But when you're a passport, your yard is the whole world. That's the part. When they say the grass is greener on the other side, that's our grass that they're talking about. See, when you're a passport, bro, the grass is always greener on our side because all the grass is ours. We go to the grass in Newfoundland. We go to the grass in Austria. We go to the grass in Turkey. We go to the grass in Australia. We go everywhere we want to go. We go to the grass in London as well as South America, Southeast Asia, and South Africa. It all belongs to us. We have no favoritism anymore. Now, our hearts will always belong to our home country, the United States. We are red, white, and blue through and through. But at the end of the day, oh no, we hold no allegiance, no country. It's our country, 'tis of thee, but we hold no allegiance. No. We're going to have several flags and several passports under our belts. That's how we work as passport bros. So to sit back and marry women in our own yard, that's exactly what we're doing. It's just that our yard is bigger than yours. Your yard is the United States. Our yard is a planet called Earth. So that's the difference. Shout out to those guys that don't understand that. I'm not saying you, but I'm just saying guys, individuals that I know you're being facetious, but I'm just saying individuals that are out there like that. We got 110 people in the building. Click that like button. We like you. Make sure you like us too, because you already know when you click that like button on this channel.
Oprah coming next. Once I establish this as a place of truth. Yeah. Oh yeah.
All right. And I'm going to come back to the super chats. Shout out to you guys being here. My man Ed is in the building. Shout out to my man Ed Travels in the building with the with the beard. Hey, I ain't gonna even lie to you. If I could pull off now the hat, I love the hat because I got a great hat collection like that. A lot of you guys don't know I'm a mad hatter. I love hats since I was a kid. I was a kid in high school that was walking around with a fedora on back in the day before Run DMC even did it. That was me. With the $5, Ed, and rocking the beard, kind sir. I noticed that. He says, catch flights, not feelings. Yes, sir. He said, explore your options, brothers. Salute Andre and the chat. Chat lives matter. Salute to you, kind sir. Salute to you. Yes, sir, guys. Do realize that. And then we got my brother from land down under. Shout out to my brother with the Australian $10. He says, showing support for the true expat community living outside the United States. And that's why I always mention, I love how you said that. Because not everybody's a passport bro. How I got involved in travel was not through the passport bros, but through the expat movement. I kid you not. I'm at my desk at work and I'm reading articles about all these expats. What's an expat? And I started reading about people getting jobs online and living in Bali. I'm like, I want to live in Bali. They all on the beach doing work, with their computers. I want to be on the beach doing work on my computer. And that's when the bug hit me, like 2015, 2016. Kid you not. The expat movement. I had followed the expat movement for like maybe 3 or 4 years before I even thought about which country I was going to move to. And then slowly but surely I found out about the passport bro movement. But yeah, the expat movement, that community was the one that opened up my eyes initially. Shout out to the expat movement. Yes, and there are some haters that embrace the international lifestyle. Salute. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Uriah, my favorite Bible name. King David's, one of King David's right-hand dudes, who David hated on him and slept with his wife, and David got him killed. But I still appreciate Uriah. Salute to you, Dre. He say, salute to everyone in the chat. Chat lives matter. He say, let the plantation bros stay. I mean it from the bottom of my heart. Don't you guys go on no panels. And I mean this. I'm not. It sounds like when I say it, I'm being kind of facetious. I mean this from the bottom of my heart. Don't ever go on somebody's channel and try to convince the plantation bros and sisters to get off the plantation. If you do anything, do the opposite. Talk they asses into staying. Stay your ass and pay them taxes. Stay there and pay for that unhealthy food. Stay there and keep on buying them $300, $400, $500 Jordans when we know when you go to Thailand, it ain't that much for the same Jordans. Keep on paying. Cologne for the night is Tom Ford's Oud Wood. I haven't even opened up the box yet. I just got it. Like security just told me that, hey, Andre, you got a package. So tonight's cologne for the night is Tom Ford's Oud Wood. And so while they're sitting up here paying in the States $110 for it, this is like I can get it overseas for like $60. Let Americans keep paying them high prices. Let they Black Friday be expensive than a month, and then you go to another countries and you experience their Black Friday for the same products. And you think you getting deals in the United States for the Black Friday until you do Black Friday in another country. Let those Americans stay where they are with their little 7 to 9 vacation holidays. While y'all coming over here living in Colombia and they got 19 to 20 Americans to live. What do you think you're doing? I'm going to go on this channel. I'm going to convince these Americans that we passport bros are right. Oh, no, you don't. I know you don't. If you go on a panel, you talk to those people that are kind of like on the edge of whether they want to move outside the United States or not, and you encourage them, whether they be male, female, families, older people, younger people, you encourage them. Yes, you go on the panels for them, but trying to convince the people in the United States, all brothers leave, do not be like Marcus Garvey. No, let them stay right there. As long as most Americans are still in the States, the U.S. dollar is going to stay strong. And as long as the U.S. dollar is strong, and as well as crypto, that means that your dollar will stretch a lot further in your lifetime, because most of us got like 30, 40, 50 years to live. In your lifetime, you're living the life of Riley. You're living a good life in Bali or wherever you want to live, because the U.S. dollar is strong. And why is the U.S. dollar strong? Because Americans are still in America spending, and the U.S. dollar is backed by the U.S. economy. In other words, by our spending habits. It's not backed by gold anymore since the time of Richard Nixon. So yeah, he's absolutely correct. Stay, y'all. Do not convince. I mean this. Yo, tell your cousins, your niece Riri, nobody. If they don't want to move, let them stay right where they are. Don't you convince them. Keep your mouth shut. I'm serious about that one. Serious. Let them stay right where they are while we live this life laughing our asses off. Because you know who been doing it for the longest? The rich. The rich. Now I understand why Diana Ross left. I didn't know. Now I understand why Tina Turner left. I didn't know. Now I understand why James Baldwin left. Stokely Carmichael left. Yes, went back to the islands. A lot of our civil rights leaders of the 60s, Angela Davis, she even left. Angela, I'm going to Costa Rica. Forget this. I understand now. Before, when I was just in the States, I didn't understand why people were just up and leaving, and why Leonardo DiCaprio wasn't in the States all the time. He only come here, make a movie, and then leave. I didn't understand why Johnny Depp had an island outside the States. I thought they was doing it because they was balling. No, there's a reason. There's a reason. And we all have been discovering one step at a time the reason why individuals are leaving the United States. Now I understand why Eve left and got married overseas. Now I understand why Madonna left. Now I understand why Michael Jackson left. I didn't understand. I thought it was just the rich people just doing what rich people do. No, you ain't got to be rich to do what they're doing. Shout out to my man Farty in the building. Oh, I didn't miss. Yeah. Let me go back for a second. He say nothing but forward thinking and forward actions for us. Absolutely correct. Shout out to you, brother. Man, Farty's in the building. Shout out to you, brother, with the $5. He said, why do American men hate passport bros? It's simple. Even though I just made that up. But people hate what they can't have and don't understand. Boom. He said, I'll be in Cleveland next month. So would I. I'll be in Cleveland next month myself, brother. Shout out to you. Hanging out with you and Will and all the rest of you Ohio players. My man Black Empowerment 01 is in the building. Shout out to you. 2 months membership and counting. Yes, sure. Get this man a shout out.
It feels so lovely to be here tonight. What a beautiful. Give yourselves a round of applause. You're so lovely. Everyone's so lovely. And while you're in the clapping mood, I'd like to give a big round of applause to my band, Sexual Chocolate.
Get a man a shout out. Yes, sir. This is dedicated to Black empowerment. Yes, sir. Shout out to you. And for all you guys that are out there with your passports, celebrate it.
Can't you see I got a passport?
I got a passport.
I got a passport. I got a passport.
That should be your theme song. Every time somebody try to hate on you, you just say,
Can't you see I got a passport? I got a passport. Hey, I got a passport. I got a passport.
if they don't like you at work, don't worry about it.
Can't you see I got a passport? I got a passport. Hey, I got a passport. I got a passport.
Baby mama and ex-girlfriend talking crazy at you. You don't know what to do, but you don't care why.
Can't you see I got a passport? I got a passport. Hey, I got a passport. I got a passport.
Your woman about to leave you and take the dog too. All right.
Can't you see I got a passport? I got a passport. Hey, I got a passport. I got a passport.
I don't care about none of that mess that happened. Boy, my last couple of years in the States, man, bruh, I was letting people get away with mass murder. I did not care. They cut me off in traffic. All right. I ain't gonna be in this traffic much longer anyway. They cut me off in line at the grocery store. Victory. All right. I ain't gonna be in the States in these lines longer anyway. Y'all can have these groceries. Y'all can have a snow plow. Y'all can have a snow plow, the salt truck. Y'all can have this cold ass weather in this. Y'all can have all this. All these talk about 4 seasons. You can have all 4 of them. Take mine. Just give me one or 2 of them. Spring and summer. That's it. Maybe a little bit of fall. But yeah, man. Don't let it throw you off, man. Enjoy the fact that you got your passport. And that is so serious. Shout out to my man Timothy Bright in the building. Timothy says, he said, ice cold Dr. Pepper. He said, in a mason jar, Southern tradition, Avengers assemble. Yes, sir, brother. Yes, sir. Let me smell this Tom Ford real quick. Dude wood. I haven't had a chance to smell it in a while. The reason why was the last time anybody that comes to the studio, I give them a free one of my colognes. So the last person that came to the studio was Austin Holloman. So therefore, I let Austin choose whatever cologne. I was like, whatever you take is going to hurt my feelings. So Austin got the, got my batch codes and everything at the bottom. And that is nice. That's the Tom Ford Oud Wood. Oh my God. That's what that, I missed you. I missed you too, Dre. I know. Where you been, dog? Okay. So yeah, I got to put that on right now. That's grown. This is not grown man cologne. This is grown ass man cologne. This is for if you're over 35 and you're responsible for responsibilities. That means this cologne is for when you're necessary on the planet. That Tom Ford Oud Wood, man, this is a grown. Don't play with me.
You better back the fuck up out my face, goddammit. I'm from Detroit, Michigan. Don't play with me.
Man, that Oud Wood is yes. Yes, that is. That's it right there. So the last batch I had, Austin, I never expected somebody under 30 to like it, right? Austin smelled the other colognes and he really liked them. Boy, he smelled my Tom Ford Oud Wood and he was like, oh, this is the one right here. And I'm looking at him like, are you sure? Are you sure that's the one you want, young man? Don't you want a younger cologne? Don't you want the Versace Eros? What about the Versace Eros Flame? That smells good. Austin was like, no, this one right here. I was like, go ahead, take it, brother. Go ahead, take it. So he loved that he got that Oud Wood. So I just went ahead and ordered me another one. Shout out to Zeta being in the building as well. Shout out to you being here. Oh, yeah. We're about to get started with the first topic after this next person. Zeta said, he said, I don't blame the wealthy and the rich guys leaving the States. Once you leave, it's different and appreciating experience. It's like a breath of Tom Ford Oud Wood, fresh air. Yes, it is. Willa Thrill says, he said, Andre, I have some LV dupes, also Louis Vuitton dupes to send you for a review. Cool, because I've been trying to find some LV dupes for real while you playing. I know there's a couple out there and I haven't had a chance to get my hands on them. So shout out to you with the $2. And we got to reach out to each other so I can give you my information. Yeah. Let's get started with the first thing that we are going to be discussing today. And that is the sentencing of the gentleman, the American gentleman. Let's read it, gentlemen. I'm going to go over to the article right now. It says American man sentenced to 42 years in prison for femicide of Colombian DJ. Some of you guys don't remember this. The dude. He was married, had a Christian family back home in the States, church boy. Remember, he was wearing glasses back. Oh, he still wears the glasses because you see the mark on his face. So he's still wearing his glasses. And he deleted that one young lady. That's her right here. He deleted her. U.S. citizens investigated in the deleting of 23-year-old. She was only 23-year-old DJ in Colombia. It says this. American John Polos was sentenced on Tuesday to more than 42 years in prison in a Colombian court after he was found guilty of aggravated femicide. Now, realize this, guys, for a split second. In Colombia, everything that has to do with a crime against women is called femicide. So that's why you hear guys in the States. One guy in the States tried to say, well, in Colombia, the femicide rate is no, bruh, hold up. Femicide is just the umbrella. Anything has to do with rape, domestic violence, deletion, any form of verbal attack, anything that we in the States have in separate categories. See, we have femicide in the States just as much as any other country, but we have it in categories. We put grape in grape. We put domestic violence in domestic violence. Colombia is all under one umbrella. Any crime against a woman is called femicide. So just in case you guys wondering what that actually is, that's what it is. So let's go back to the article real quick. So we see that this dude got 42 years for what he did to that Colombian DJ. We're going to go back here. It says that a young Colombian DJ named Valentina, I can't even pronounce that last name, Trey Palascos, I hope I pronounced that. Also, as well as crimes of concealment, alteration, and destruction of evidence. You know what that is? Let's come back. Remember what happened? They said he was also sentenced for the crime of concealment and alteration of evidence. What's that? Any of you guys remember what happened to her after he deleted her? I'm going to go to you guys. Any of you guys remember what he did to her right after he deleted her? Let me see if you guys, I'm scrolling down to the bottom to see if you guys remember. Will says yes. Yep. He put her in puzzle pieces. He put her into puzzle pieces. That's altering the evidence. In Colombia, you can be charged for that. Like we say, tampering with evidence in the States, you can be charged for that. He also put her in this. What was it? A suitcase? No, I think it was a suitcase or a shopping cart. They had the video. It's all on video for all you guys that haven't looked it up yet or didn't know about it from last year. It's all on video. They got him going into the place and coming out either with a suitcase or a suitcase in a shopping cart, or it could have been like a giant duffel bag or something that he had in a shopping cart. Matt Dollar says, well, suitcase. Thanks, brother. Yes, all on video. All of it is out there for people to see it. All of it is out there. And do you know who Colombians blame? Colombians blame her. I'll say that again. Yep. Suitcase. Yep. In the laundry cart. Oh, there we go. Colombians blame her. Colombian men and women blame her. And they say, that's what you get for messing with those Americans. You know those Americans are crazy. You see what they do to their own kids in schools. You see what they do to their own citizens. You see what they did to their own capital. If they'll run into their own capital and try to delete their own senators, those Americans are crazy. Oh, dude. Yep. Detroit. Check it. You guys have a bad tendency. I mean, many of us have a bad, man, that cologne smells good. Many of us have a bad tendency of thinking that if I come to Colombia, I need to watch my back. I got to keep my head on a swivel, so forth, so forth, which is true. Here's the kicker. Colombian women feel the same way about foreign men. There are a lot of Colombian women that have actually told Andrea, girl, you crazy for marrying an American. There are Colombian women that's like, we know our men crazy, but foreign men, we don't know their craziness. But here's the kicker. Colombian dudes will delete a female faster. In the last 6 months, me and Andrea was talking about this the other day. While they're talking about this, about the white brother. Now, you white boys, y'all taking an L today. Did you guys know this? That 30 Colombian women have been deleted by their boyfriends or ex-lovers in Colombia in the last 6 months. And you know how many of them do it? This is how crazy it is. And E&B can attest to it. They will go to their job. In the car lot, while the girl is trying to get on her motorcycle, lunch breaks, before work. So yeah, what the white dude did was wrong. But there has been 30 cases of femicide in Colombia from ex-dudes that Colombian women. And this is the funny part. The last young lady that got done early last week, sadly, she had told her father, Dad, I got to get out of here. I got to get out of here. I'm going to move to another. She was ready to either move to Medellin, and it happened here. She was ready to move to Medellin or to a small town. Check it. Before young lady got a chance to move and her dad get everything situated, she went to her job to tell her boss, I'll be leaving. I'll be here for just the rest of the week, but I'm going to be gone. This dude went up to her job like a lot of guys do because they know where they work. Why? Because they've been dropping them off on their motorcycle, so they know exactly where she works because they've been picking them up and dropping them off on the motorcycle. And this dude came up to her job. So when Colombian dudes we talk about, that's what y'all get for messing with them Americans. Bruh, really? That's how they talk about us down here. So Colombian women feel they need to keep their head on the swivel because of dudes like this. Straight up. Straight up. Let's go back to the article. In the article, it says that the deleting occurred in Bogota, January 2023, and has since captured popular attention in Colombia. Before her death, Trace Pascals, I'm just butchering Lil Mama name, was beginning to gain success as a success at music festivals. So she was a major player in the DJ world and had been in a romantic relationship with Polis, the white dude, since 2021. So they had been together in a relationship since 2021. Now I'm gonna tell you guys something that I personally know. So you guys don't get this type of news footage. Yeah, she had been in a relationship with her. But what happened was this. She was creeping. And she telling her that this dude is telling him this dude is just a friend. He's going back to the States to his family. The white dude had been in a relationship with her since 2021, but he has a whole family back in the States. So while he's in the States, she getting the coochie beat down by a dude down here. Bruh. I just deleted the footage 6 months ago. I got 2 videos of her. You know how news gets around. You know Andre ain't even in the streets like that. I got 2 videos of her that could have been on OF getting beat down, all up in the anal. I'm just busting in the face, the whole thing. So if I got a hold of it, here's my point. God rest her soul. If I saw the video and I ain't even her man, can you imagine the white dude, when he finally saw the videos? Like I said, I had 2 videos of her getting her back broke in. And I'm not talking about from afar. I'm talking about the dude that she was cheating with, got the camera all up in her face, all up in the videos, dancing like she puffed. Yeah. Like I said, if I ain't in the streets and I got 2 videos of intimate moments, can you imagine what the white dude got and what he saw after taking care of her for 2 years? So he come back, leave his Christian family in the States, come back down to Colombia and delete the young lady. Bruh, I know people that know people that know people. Ellis. Yeah, Jack, she was wild. She was wild. I got photos of her with the dude that she was cheating with, and her girlfriends and everything, you know, just photos that just came out after it happened. But then all of a sudden it started circulating the WhatsApp groups, like, you know, some of the WhatsApp groups. All of a sudden, No, I deleted the photos. I mean the videos. You know, I went on here. It was like it was in my phone for maybe 2 months, and then I was cleaning up my phone, and I was like, you know what? Let me, you know, to respect this young lady, she's passed on, and this is not my world anyway, and it's none of my business anyway. Andre, delete those videos from your phone. So I deleted it from my phone. But I kid you not, when I first saw him, I don't condone any man snapping on anybody. But when I saw those videos, I could see how he snapped. It wasn't one of those or two of those. Like I said, I had two with photos. So I had two. Each video was about a minute long. We all know a minute is a long time in basketball and in football. So each video I had was a minute long. And I'm looking like, she is wow. She is wild. So that's why I, you know, kind of stepped back. Shout out to my man Will. He said, is he even in his 40s? 42 years? He got 42 years of Colombian jail. He is not gonna last. Shout out to my man Black Empowerment once again. He will not last 42 years. That's all day. That's what we call in the feds, all day. Yes, since 2021, according to the accounts from her family and lawyers who took her case. The Office of the Attorney General of Colombia said that the statement after the ruling that its prosecutors had proven that Polas, I hope I'm pronouncing his last name right, struck and suffocated his partner and tried to hide the body. And then right here, they talk about the camera, you know, that we all are talking about right now that tried to, you know, had the camera. It said the security camera records showing the aggressor wrapping the victim's body in a suitcase and abandoning it in a garage container in the town of, I don't know what that is, on the west side of Bogota. How about that? It was found 3 hours later by the authorities. He didn't do any good hiding. He got 42 years and 8 months, about 5 years less than what the prosecutors had requested. So they wanted more. White boys, y'all taking an L on this one, baby. Y'all taking an L. That's her right there. That's her right there. Yep. They found him in Panama. It said Polas was detained in Panama January 2023 when he was trying to fly to Turkey. I do remember that. And he was then deported to Colombia, where he denied the charges against him and was sentenced almost a year and a half after, let's just say, the young lady's death. They said that he might be filing an appeal in court. And the family is going to be seeking reparation for the damages. So they're going to take it to civil court. Here we go again. In Colombia, femicide is the deleting of a woman because of her gender. Because of her gender. It doesn't mean deleting because she's a woman, but it means deleting because she can't defend herself because, you know, just biologically, a woman is normally weaker than a man. Because she's your woman, you emotionally can't handle the fact that you're losing her. It is considered the most serious crime. It said it is considered a more serious crime than homicide. Under Colombian law, femicide is often punished with the two higher penalties. Yeah. So like I just said, white boys, y'all taking the L. Y'all taking too many L's over the last 3 months. First one was in April when they had to go to Ohio and go get the other white boy who was messing with them little kids in Medellin. That's y'all L. Take it. Wrap it up, white boys. That's y'all L. Sit on that. Y'all got to get it together, boys. Y'all need to have y'all usually have meetings, whether it be the militia meetings or the Klan meetings or whatever, Toast. I don't give a care what it is. Y'all need to have another meeting. White boy passport bros, expats, y'all need to have a meeting. Y'all can't be coming and bring the madness that y'all created while you was in the States and that crazy mindset that you had while you in the States and could run over here and act the fool. And the same thing for you European white boys, all you Russian white boys, and all you white boys from Greece and all that. Y'all head on down to Thailand and y'all act the dang fool. Y'all need to have a global meeting, Zoom meeting, the white boys, because y'all need to get it together because y'all making the block hot for travelers. You got the other white boy just a couple weeks ago got turned around at the airport. Two of them, two white boys so far that I know of that they showed the headlines and televised. And I know it was the one brother, but two of the white boys got turned around in the last month. Y'all hot, man. Now y'all get sentenced to 42 years when you're supposed to just be coming down here, if you had any game about you, the white dude that got sentenced, I'm gonna give you the hookup. If you got any game about you, white boy that got sentenced to the 42 years, because obviously you didn't have any game about you, I wouldn't have cared who she was smashing while I was back in the States with my wife and kids. That would have been a part of the deal. Don't get pregnant. Don't bring me no diseases. I'm pulling out the condoms because that's what we're going to be using. And when I come to town, whoever you smashing, he got to disappear until I leave. That would have been the agreement right there. But a lot of dudes ain't got the balls to move like that. I got a whole family. I'm attending a whole church in the States. Some of you guys wondering where I got that from. They told his whole story last year when it first happened. This dude was a church dude, church Christian family. He's supposed to be in the States with his wife and kids. He down here on a delete mission. You gonna give my coochie away the way you suck my from the back? I ain't never had nobody lick my ankles. My elbows will never be the same. The one lesson that dudes got to realize, we got to stop treating sex as if we ain't never had none. I know Colombian women are passionate. Got you. Some of the stuff that they do is freaky. I mean, Latin women in South America, from Brazil to Colombia. Yes, they freaky. But brother, not freaky enough for 42 years. No. Not freaky enough for y'all to be all jealous and insecure. No. Not freaky enough for y'all to be sending money to and going broke while you in the States. No. You sending $300 to DR every month, and you know you can't afford that $300. Times are tight in the States. I just read an article today. 51%. Y'all ready? 51% of Americans don't even have $500 in a bank account. %51 of Americans, all y'all bragging about how great America is, and I love America too. But 51% of y'all that's still in the States full time, y'all ain't even got $500 in the damn bank for an emergency. They say the average American has $500 or less in the bank. They said or less. Y'all supposed to be not sending that money to these Venezuelan chicks down here or sending money to the chicks in DR. You need to be having that money being sent into your Roth IRA, 401k, ETF accounts. That's what you need to be doing. not sending money to females in other countries. We need to stop acting like we ain't never had no coochie before. We got 166 people in the building. Click that like button, gentlemen, ladies. We like you. Make sure you like us too. Andre, so this dude fell in love, check, with an OnlyFans female. No, I can't say an OnlyFans, but she was for them streets. She was a female DJ. And like I said, dude, if I still had the footage and you guys was on WhatsApp with me, I would share the videos with you guys. I ain't no hater like that. But then I thought, like, you know what? Would I share, a deceased woman's videos? That's kind of creepy. So that's why I deleted it. I said, I don't want to have the last sexual exploits of a deceased woman's, energy in my phone. I'm like, that's creepy. So that's another reason why I deleted it, but also need the space in my phone. So I'll clean out my phone. OnlyFans female and got caught up, ruined both of their lives. Shaking my head. Absolutely correct. That's right, Dave. Shout out to you being here, Dave, also. Yep. She's gone and he's gone forever. He'll never see My Country 'Tis of Thee again. And if you think them Colombian dudes in that prison are not extorting him, he about to go to prison. Sitting up in jail while you're getting sentenced and going to court is one thing. Like we all know, going to the county jail is one thing. Going to prison is a completely different experience. Knowing that you're the one white dude from the States that deleted a Colombiana, somebody's Colombian daughter in Colombia. Man, listen, if he make it through, I'll be surprised. Man, I was just talking to somebody about Theo. Shout out to my man.
You better back the fuck up out my face, goddammit. I'm from Detroit, Michigan. Don't play with me.
Don't play with them Detroit boys. Shout out to Theo in the building of Do Better Podcast, man. Make sure you, Mr. Coop, make sure you guys subscribe to Mr. Coop's channel. Theo, make sure you drop the link to your channel. My favorite. I'm going to tell you that now. I got a couple of guys I love in the morning. I love Theo is my number one. Obsidian is my afternoon. And my evening dude is Anton and Angry Man. Those are my evening. Not everybody else kind of like fall in, into the categories here and there. Like I'll watch me a little bit of Zoom to Thailand, or I watch some Tailor Made Dreams. But the ones I'm consistent with, my man Theo, Do Better Podcast, man, you guys got to watch him. And I was talking about Theo today, and I really need to get with you, Theo, because I really want to have you on the show, man, in an interview. Because Theo is a perfect example of being consistent and creating your content. And because he was consistent in creating his content and he was patient with the process. I was talking to somebody today about, bruh, I said, your problem is this. And this was his problem. He knew too many successful YouTubers. I'll say this again. It's a blessing to know a lot of guys that got over 100,000 subscribers. It's a curse too, because you're so antsy to get to where your friends are, because all your friends over 100,000 and you're just starting, you become antsy and impatient and things like that. And I was talking about Theo today, and I was like, you know what? You got to be patient, like my man Theo, Do Better Podcast. Patient with the process. Let it run its course. Build your brand. Build a community, not subscribers. It's cool to have the plaque, but I'm letting you guys know, you want to build a community that are of like-minded people that support what you're doing. And so he understood what I was talking about. But it's kind of funny that Theo pops up. Shout out to Theo with the with the $20 super sticker. Make sure that you drop the link to your channel for us, Theo, man, because we got a lot of people in here. We got 167, and we want to continue to support this brother straight out of Detroit. And I'm telling you guys, Theo's show will make your morning go by fast. Yes, it will. Shout out to you. Ellis in the building. He also said, he says this. He said, I love listening to you for all the Colombian game. Yes, sir. I appreciate it, guys. I try to give you guys as much as I can. I'm not the only one. You got other brothers like Flyboy Way and other brothers that are here in Colombia that are giving some great information as well. My brother from down under, he says with the $5 Australian, he said, I know now that most Americans don't owe at least or own at least $500 in cryptocurrency. Boom, you caught that? Yep. He said, my folks ain't gonna make it. I'll show you guys the article. Let me pull it up real quick. 51% of Americans have less than $500. There we go. There we go. Let me pull it up on my screen real quick. Y'all know me. I'm always coming with the receipts, and I'm going to share this receipt. Y'all know I'm always coming with the receipts. Screen share. Here we go. Let me scroll up. This just came out Monday, February 5th, 2024. Nearly half have less, talking about Americans, nearly half have less than $500 in savings. And then they talk about how to build your accounts and things like that. It said, according to a recent survey by Go Banking Rates, nearly half of America has less than $500 in savings. Almost 60% of Americans have less than $1,000 in savings. When you go into work and you look at your coworkers, all the hundreds of people that live in that building, 60% of your coworkers ain't even got $500 for an emergency. And don't ask them about having $1,000. It talks about consider high inflation, high rent, high cost of financial emergencies, such as a blown transmission. Yeah. Having a small savings account balance can be a huge stressor. We're talking about the United States. And so then it also talks about how to save right here. So according to the survey, 49% of Americans have less than $500 or less in their savings account, with 36% reporting that they have less than God dang, 36% of Americans reported that they have less than $100 in a savings account. It says, unfortunately, this lined up with the recent survey that states 61% of households are in credit card debt, while 45% of men report having less than 45% of men in the United States report having less than $500 saved, and 554% of women report the same. Yeah. I wish I could report something different. And then y'all wondering why I mentioned that if you have your passport, you can take that income once you decide to slowly relocate and you start building an online business or opportunity or working for somebody online. That monies that you can't stretch while you're in the States, it goes a long way in other countries. Like I said, we just moved into our new place. We're in zone 5, zone 6, which is the upper middle class. 3-bedroom, huge apartment, huge, just beautiful. We got the security downstairs. They got the gym. They got the swimming pool right outside the window. We're on the 6th floor, great view. $620 a month, including utilities, all our utilities and everything, and our insurance for all our items. We pay less than $1,000 a month for a 3-bedroom, brand new building. This whole area is less than 8 years old. Brand new building, brand new kitchen, brand new living room, tile, all this brand new. $620 a month. You know how many business ventures or books that you can write, or courses that you can write, or whatever it may be, or online companies that you could purchase once you start saving money, because now you're only paying $600 a month and not $1,600 or $4. I'm telling Andrea, this apartment in the States, in many states in the United States, would have gone for between $42,000 to $5,000 a month. Okay. Before we go to the topic, you know how I do. I like to bring receipts when I talk. Let's go to the cost of living index. Some of you guys haven't seen this. Let's do the cost of living index comparing cities. Cali, Colombia versus New York cost of living index.
According to cost of living, you would need around $2,212.90, $8,589,119.0 call dollar in Cali to maintain the same standard of life that you can have with $11,000 in New York, assuming you rent in both cities.
Okay, before we even go to the index, let's look at what she just said to me in my ear. This says that cost of living comparison between New York, and Cali, Colombia. You would need only all your bills, all your groceries, everything to live in Cali, Colombia, in this 3-bedroom apartment in the upper class area with security, great area. I walk to the gym, grocery stores right around the corner. We got nothing but restaurants, and we're just a few blocks from Chippy Choppy Mall. We're not far away from the mall. You would need around $2,212 to get all that, including your groceries, including all your bills, to maintain the same life that you would have in New York that will cost you $11,000 in New York City. That's crazy. That's crazy. Let's look at the index. Let me make sure I clear this. Hide this. Now let's look at the index, the cost of living index. It says the cost of living in Cali, Colombia is 67.4% lower than New York. Let's just go down. Let's just scroll down. I got this broken down in dollars. What will cost you for one meal in New York that's cost $30, just one meal, will only cost you $3.89 in Colombia. That's true. And I'm talking about a nice meal in Cali, Colombia. If you're taking somebody out to dinner, 2 people with a 3-course meal, in New York, you're going to spend a little more, a little less than $130. It might even be more than that. You New Yorkers can tell me. But here in Colombia, for a really nice 3-course meal, $31. And you wonder why me and Andrea are always at somebody's 5-star restaurants. And you wonder why I'm always telling you guys, stay from going through the hood and acting like you broke, because your money goes so far. Why are you going to broke spots when you can go to these nice spots? Let's go down to the apartments. That's what I want you guys to see. A 1-bedroom apartment in New York. Correct me, guys. All you guys in the comment section, correct me if I'm wrong or right. A 1-bedroom apartment in New York, on average, $4,328. That same 1-bedroom in a nice area. We're not talking about raggedy area of New York. We're talking about a nice area of New York, New York. Nice area of Cali, Colombia, $294.95, less than 93.2% less. Let's look at a 3-bedroom in Colombia, in the city, in Cali. The average. Now we're in a nicer neighborhood, but on average for a 3-bedroom in New York, $8,565. Keep that apartment in your mind. 3-bedroom, really nice in New York City. In your mind, ship that bedroom, I mean that apartment in your mind to Cali, Colombia. That exact same apartment. $478.08. A discount of 94.4%. I'm going to drop the link to the cost of living index because you can put any city in there. So you can select your city and you can just compare it to whatever city around the world you want to compare it to. You can scroll down to the bottom and it compares you and also does a comparison of other cities, not just New York. Cali and Bogota. Bogota's a little more. Prague, Sydney, London, compared to Cali, Colombia. Beijing, Berlin. So I'm going to drop this link. Let you guys see that. And then we're going to get started with the hatred video of the guy regarding Dennis Sperling. Well, I guess that link is too long. It won't let me drop it there. Let me see if it lets me drop it in here. There we go. There we go. It lets me drop it inside of here. So now, let's say you're working online. Your own business, Facebook, YouTube, you're doing IT and you're working for somebody, whatever it may be. Let's say you're averaging about, let's say $4,000 a month. Let's say you're ex-military or your retirement, so security checks. Let's say you're averaging about, let's say $3,000, $4,000 a month. It only takes $2,200 in Cali, Colombia, as well as other parts of Colombia and other parts of South America to live a really decent life. And you still have a chunk of money left every month. Now, for all you party dudes, you know, I didn't calculate that, but that's on you. But you're living, I don't see how you stateside are doing it. And I just showed you the video where I just showed you the not the video, but the article. I'm about to show you that article, about to pull up that article. I'm about to drop that into the comment section too. That article says most Americans ain't even got $500. Let me copy that. I'm about to drop that into the comment section too. We're about to get started on this video with my man talking about Dennis. So y'all know me, I like to share receipts. So I said, I just dropped the link for both of those. As an ex-CO, shout out to you COs out there. That's correctional officers for all you guys out there. He will, as far as modified housing, he will as far as modified housing. Is that as far as that he will go, Tim? Let me know. And then, you know, the rules are different in a different country. You get locked up in a different country, you know. Your white boyness don't work no more. When you in jail in the States, your white boyness don't work no more. Being a white boy in the real world, when you free, I'm telling you, it's worth its weight in gold. But when you are a white boy incarcerated, bets are off. All that my color can help me, them bets are off. That's why white boys got to group together in prisons, because at the end of the day, bets are off. Ain't nobody caring about your color in the joint, and especially in another country. But I'm white. Oh yeah, I'm gonna show you how white you can be. You're about to be red in a minute. It's dudes in Colombian prisons tired of getting Colombian prison booty. They ready to get some white boy booty. Listen here. I sees you, I likes you, and I want you. Now we can do this the easy way, or we can do this the hard way. Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be sad for the brother. I mean, for the guy. Now let's get started with the brothers taking the L. Yeah, brothers, we taking the L. We just talked about the white boy L. Now we're going to talk about us brothers taking an L. Brothers hating on Dennis Sperling from the States and say, I can't F you passport bros. F y'all. We're going to hear what this dude has to say. And we're going to do a breakdown synopsis in regards to his statement of F you passport bros, and I can't stand and I hate Dennis Sperling. Why? Dennis has done nothing to you. Has done nothing to you. But let's screen share and see what this brother has to say. This is the brother right here. Your fellow this your boy from New Orleans, fellas. Are you New Orleans boys? Yeah, this is one of your partners. This is one of your partners. Let's get started.
Was there? I'm truth in the booth and rip this bitch ass nigga. You heard me? His name Dennis Sperling. This a middle finger to the motherfucking passport brothers. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm finna add I'm finna put a little biblical Bible to this shit, cause you know Dennis Sperling is one of them people. You heard me? He a lawyer. Anybody with the legislative, judicial, executive, man, them niggas pussy. Don't be fooled by these niggas. Just because they want to act, oh, I'm from California, I'm a tough guy. Nah, man, all this old pussy ass shit. So first and foremost, man, look at him. He made a post or a video or some sort where a nigga was telling the nigga that he was lame for posting a video because he used to be a passport bro. Now, this is what I want to tell y'all about the passport bros. Don't get it twisted with me, you heard me? If you a player, and when I say you a player, like you a smooth talking finesse nigga, you heard me, and you good with the women, that's what I am, you heard me? I could talk a bitch out of draws if I want to, but I gave them ways up a long time ago, you heard me? I'm not promiscuous, I'm not no whoremonger no more. Them days over with. You know, that was back when I was a teenager in my early 20s, you heard me? So I don't do that no more. But like niggas like him, and when I used to watch them passport brother videos, you heard me? Niggas like passport bros is lame, out of shape, unconfident, don't know how to talk, finesse, or smooth to women. And you know what I'm saying? I get that standpoint on them not wanting to fuck around with the black women over here, because a lot of our women over here are masculine. But me, myself, my nigga, I'm not finna go to a whole fucking other country and pay for some fucking pussy.
We're going to stop right there for a split second. My man gave a mouthful. First, he said, don't trust anybody from the executive, legislative, judicial branch. I thought that was government, but I guess he figured Dennis Sperling, being an attorney, that's part of government. Okay, I digress. He also made the statement in regards to, well, you know, I used to be a player, but I'm not a player anymore. Okay, cool. Shout out to you, brother, in regards to that. But here we go. Let's go. There are talking points that I noticed that women in the United States have about the passport bros. We dusty. We don't have any money. We lame. We go after poor women in third world countries, blah, 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 blah. We've heard it all. I noticed there are talking points among the men back in the United States that hate the passport bro movement also. First thing that he said, which is one of the regular talking points, we can't get no women in the United States. Okay, let's get this myth out of the way. Passport bros, expats, blue book gentlemen, brothers with passports. It is not the fact that we could not get the women in the United States. It's the fact that in the United States, we were tired of the type of women we could get. I'm going to say this again. It's not the fact, brothers, that we couldn't get women in the United States. We was running through them. But we got tired of back to back to back to back of the type of women that we could get. What do you mean, Dre? I mean that many of us, even though we may have been getting good women, they weren't from the hood, but she was an attorney during the day, but a freak at night. She was for the streets on the weekends. You're thinking that you're dating this professional good woman and she about her business, but she got 3 kids with 3 baby daddies. But she's a nurse. You're thinking that, you know what? I'm dating this nice female. She's a school principal. She smoked more weed than Snoop Dogg. You like, I ain't got no problem with you smoking weed, but you got kids to take care of. You smoking weed in the principal's office? We got tired of the type of women we could get. A lot of times they thinking that we were just getting the worst of the worst women and that women just didn't want us and so forth and so forth. Far from the truth. He said that you guys are out of shape and unattractive. If this brother don't get, I don't know if that's gold in his mouth or that his teeth are yellow. I can't tell the difference. But what I can say, brother, if you want to be a grown man, you're going to get your teeth taken care of, brother, before you start correcting another man about how he physically looks. What am I saying? Am I trying to attack this brother? No, what I'm saying is that one of the forms of hatred for passport bros that they show, that men show in the United States are the same talking points, and many of them are the same talking points that women in the United States have. You ain't got no game. You couldn't get no woman. You couldn't keep no women. That's stupid for you to go to other countries and get a woman. I love what I've said and what I've heard other brothers say. I don't have to go to another country. I get to go to another country. Some of you guys have really nice executive luxury vehicles. Why didn't you just buy a Fiat? Because you're in a position to buy a luxury vehicle. That's why you didn't buy a Fiat. Nothing wrong with Fiats. Some of you you have the opportunity to. It's not that, oh man, it's tight in the United States as far as the ladies is concerned. I'm leaving. Nah, the truth is, if they only knew how many women we beat down in the States, how much coochie we was getting in the States, from Aisha from the hood, from Luanda, Miss AKA, we was beating them all back. And no matter how much coochie we was getting in the United States, we were still dissatisfied. Very dissatisfied. Why? Because for the most part, all we could get was sex and sexiness. Yes, I can get somebody sexy in the United States. Yes, you can. There are some attractive women in the United States. I can get sex. Yes, America is a hookup culture. I don't even have to know your first name. You know. Put a 1 in the comment section if you have hit some coochie and you didn't even know her name was. I put my 1. I put a bunch of 1s in there. Put a 1 in the comment section if you have hit coochie before and you did not know what her name was. You everybody was babe. Everybody was boo. She told you her name and it went one ear and out the other that night at the club. I couldn't, if the police officers told me, well, they found Miss so-and-so in a car accident down the street. Could you identify this young lady? Officer, I don't even know her. Wait a minute, you just finished sleeping with her, didn't you? Yes. You didn't know her name? Officer, you know how much coochie I done got in my life. I did not know the woman's name. Bruh. I got story times. Story time. I was smashing a Brazilian in Detroit for 4 years. Every time I flew from Detroit, or drove from Cleveland, shout out to Cleveland, to Detroit, that coochie was on call. That's when I discovered that Colombian women, but Brazilian women love anal. I didn't know that until I got a Brazilian woman. 5'9" and Brazilian fine. Sweet as bear meat. She was nice as can be. Bruh, she was not for the streets. She would keep that coochie on hold. She focused on her job and her career. And brother, I could not, in those 4 years, if you put a piece of artillery to my head, I could not tell you what that young lady's name was. I was doing all type of demonstrative stuff to that woman's body as she was doing it to mine, and couldn't tell you what her name was to this day. She told me once or twice. I've had women, and I know some of you guys do too. I've actually had women, I had to because I forget what because it wasn't that important to me, just the coochie was, that I would actually scheme them a couple weeks later. What's your middle name? Well, let me tell you my government name. You tell me your government name, since we're going to be around each other. Because I literally forgot and did not care what the first name was. So she told me her government name. And I'd be like, oh, her name is Karen. Ooh, okay. Ooh, her name is Monica. That is Monica. Yeah, okay. Why was I going through that? That I didn't care about the person? No, it wasn't that. It was that America is such a hookup culture. I was running through them. And a lot of you passport bros is just like me. You was running through so many, so easy in the United States. Bruh, I'm a college recruiter. Many of the students were adults. You think I wasn't running through students? Man, I had one student mama came. I think I told y'all this story. I had one student mama came to look at the school before she brought her daughter to the school. While I was giving her the tour, I had her hemmed up in one of the ladies' rooms, beating the brakes off of that fine ass mama. She came over to my house that night so I can beat the brakes off again for about 2 weeks. America is such a hookup culture that you can't hook up. If you want to go on monk mode and not get no coochie in America, you can do that. But if you just want to go wild and rampant, it's the country for it. That's what my point is. So when guys sit back and say that the passport bros couldn't get no, bruh, it is literally, for most of us, the exact opposite. Running, dude, I was the original plague. Before there was COVID, there was Dre the Ripper. These insults that they try to throw, notice they usually are talking to each other and they never talk to us. I'll say this again, just like this one brother's video when he tries to insult brother Dennis Sperling for no particular reason. I think he might give the facts. The actual truth of the matter is, when people sit back and say certain things about passport bros, y'all can't get no woman, y'all ain't got no money. You know how much money it costs to fly to Thailand? To come to DR on a consistent basis like we do 5, 6, 7 times a year. You can't be broke doing that. You can't be flying to Colombia 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times a year and you broke. Just because, based off the statistics I just showed you, the average American ain't got $500 in their bank account, that don't mean that we ain't got $500 in our bank accounts. Just because y'all in the States struggling doesn't mean that we're out here struggling. Let me plug this up just in case battery dies out on me. My router. Don't want that to die. So when they sit back and they say things about us, take it with a grain of salt, guys. That's why I don't go on panels trying to convince Americans about anything. My country T's a D with the rest of them. If y'all want to just hype up America, I'm with y'all too. That's exactly how I do it when I go on panels. I do not try to shout them down regarding relocating. He said the bro in the vid was, oh yeah, was doing a grift off the low mental vibe women. Yeah. I caught that too. Shout out to Andrew in the building. Andrew said, all you Americans, regardless of where you, he said all of you are Americans, no matter where you stay. Absolutely. I kid you not, I feel more of American outside of America than I ever have a day in my life in America. Is it just me? Put a 1 in the comment section if anybody ever called you American in America, made you feel like an American in America. Now, if I was a redneck white boy, I would feel in the Appalachian Mountains or in the hills of Kentucky, or if I was a redneck white boy in Wyoming, I feel red, white, and blue through and through. Not one time in the United States have anybody ever made me feel American or even talk to me like I was American or dare to call me, Andre, you know you American. Ever. Not a school teacher, not my pastors. No, I haven't heard an imam said that to somebody. I haven't heard a rabbi tell their congregation, oh, by the way, you guys are American. This is your country. 4th of July, we don't even feel American to where we got to have Juneteenth to celebrate freedom. And then I crossed the border with the passport. And do people call you black in another country? Nope. I haven't had one Brazilian that I met, not one African that I've met, not one Colombian that I've met, nobody in Europe that I've met, not one person ever said, you're black. Soon as they hear me talk, oh, he's American. Soon as they see me walk, he's American. They see me in the grocery store with my height and my size, he's American. All of a sudden, something that I've been wishing for my whole life, somebody to just acknowledge that me and my people are just as American as anybody else. It took me coming outside of my country, 'tis of thee, which I love so much, to be treated like I was American. Let's get back to the video.
That's lame, nigga. That's some simp ass shit, you heard me? Ain't no real nigga doing, ain't no warrior doing no shit like that. Ain't no man of the Most High doing no shit like that. Nigga, we the prize, and he don't know that. So he want to go over here and pay for pussy. The only reason them, I ain't gonna lie, them bitches in Dominican Republic, Cuba, Puerto Rico, yeah, they some beautiful bitches, but they only giving you the pussy is because the American dollar is way higher than what they economy produces. So they basically in servitude to you because of that. And then they capitalizing on the way that the black women treat y'all over here. So of course they're gonna be nice, talk sweet to you, and finesse you to give them some money because they prostitutes, nigga. They just prostitutes and servitude. That's all they is.
Brother said they're prostitutes and servitude. That's all they are. I want to say something. You're going to pay for a cat. Remember that. No matter who you are, whether you are a husband or whether you're just a brother that's out there having a good time or whether you're somebody's boyfriend, we all going to pay, gentlemen. Everybody pays. I used to be one of those dudes like, well, I don't pay. Yes, as a husband, I pay too. Mine is called bills and necessities. Yours may be called luxury. But we all gonna come out that wallet. Every single one of us as men, if you about your business, you gonna come out that wallet if you want that particular woman in your life, if only for a moment or if only for a lifetime. We all pay. We pay for a date. We pay for an ice cream cone. We pay for a cup of coffee. We pay for the smoothie. We pay for the movie tickets. We pay for the hotel room. Or if you're in Colombia, it's the love motels. Yeah, I'm gonna do a video on the love motels here in Colombia soon. I'm gonna hit the super chats in a second, guys. So when guys sit back and say, well, y'all only going down there because those women are prostitutes. Every woman in Colombia prostitutes. Every woman in Brazil every woman in Thailand, Japan, all 54 continents of Africa, from Ethiopia to South Africa, all of them prostitutes? Based off of what many American men think, that we are going out here and the only way we can get a woman is crack our wallets. But I'll tell you this, let's say that was true. I mean that. Let's say most of us are coming down here paying for play. One of my favorite quotes, Pablo Frescobar. Pablo Frescobar did a video on this. My prostitute is better than your woman. And I think it was better than your wife. My prostitute treats me better than your wife. You will find a woman that is a prostitute in another country that sells her body, that is more fit, feminine, friendly, and supportive than the dude that's married to some chick in the United States. I'll even go further into that. What we consider a good woman in the United States, that's just regular prostitute behavior. My wife cooks, cleans, she takes care of this, she supports the family. I know prostitutes in Colombia that do that. My wife respectful, and she keeps me supported, and she makes sure that we go out, we have fun. I know prostitutes that do that can show you around, that can show you respect. Your wife ain't doing nothing more than what a prostitute does in South America, because that's her bad nature. You telling me that you got something special according to the definition of the United States. I'm telling you now, while you paying your wife, there's another dude get on the plane paying a woman in Brazil that's treating him better than your wife treats you. Okay, let's do it this way. There are many of us that have paid for play in Colombia, and you still got a hot meal and some hot coochie, didn't you? Oh, yes, you did. If it was the right type of pay for play, she made a hot meal for you and gave you some hot coochie. In the States, you're going to get that dry, beat up coochie, and you dang sure ain't going to get no hot meal. You can forget about that one. United States ain't known for no cooking. You got more men on MasterChef than you got women on MasterChef shows. United States women ain't famous for their cooking skills, okay? They famous for sex and sexy, but they ain't famous for no treating you like a man. And they ain't sure ain't famous for respecting you, especially if you're a man of color. You got women like my man Sean says, coochie gonna be dry and stink. pH balance all off. All off. Smelling like a bag of bad Funyuns. Just Funyuns gone bad. Let me hit to these brothers in the super chats. Sean says, Andre, it's evident. And shout out to you being here, Sean. Sean says, it is evidence that these dudes cannot get a passport. OVO, obviously. And it's stuck like Chuck in the States. I have come to that conclusion myself, that many brothers from other countries criticize our movements that they really can't make themselves. They really can't do it themselves. So they criticize us for actually doing it, for leaving Mr. Gilmore's property. Here we go. Y'all ready? I'm gonna give y'all two stories. Harriet Tubman. We all know Harriet Tubman freed over 300 slaves, right? What many guys don't know from her story is the first slaves that she tried to free were her two brothers. Do you know that those two brothers while she was coming back and forth, fought tooth and nail against what Harriet was doing. They didn't snitch on her, but they didn't follow her. There are brothers and sisters that will not leave that plantation for nothing. This Mr. Gilmore property. Mr. Gilmore, good white folk. He gave us welfare. He gave us Section 8. He gave us WIC. He gave us, when we asked Mr. Gilmore, if we sell all our businesses in the black community to Asian people and to our Arab neighbors, would you give us equal rights? Why, Negro, yes. We'll give you equal rights if you sell all your businesses to every Asian and Arab that comes through your community. Because we've given them business loans that we won't give you for your community, but we've given them business loans for your community. For those of you that didn't know that, Arabs, Middle Easterners, Asians could not get business loans in the 50s, 60s, and 70s for their community. They weren't allowed to open up businesses in Asian communities like they did with Chinatown and in New York and in LA and stuff like that, and in Chicago. But in their neighborhoods, they weren't open, they weren't allowed at that time period to really flourish in their neighborhood. But the federal government said this: we will give you guys loans to open up businesses and buy businesses in the black community. And that's why you have so many Asians and Arabs and Middle Easterners and East Indians that are in the black community, because they were able to get the business loans in which the government would not allow blacks to have for their own community. But it's all right, because Mr. Gilmore gave y'all equal rights. Now y'all can vote. Now y'all can be hired instead of hiring people. Y'all don't need no jobs. Mr. Gilmore takes good care of y'all. He takes good care. He good white folk. He made sure Section 8 that they said when they had the Section 8 and they had the project buildings, they said, listen, black women, times are tight. Yes, Mr. Gilmore, times tight. Yes, they is. All you got to do is not have black men in your house, and we'll give you welfare. And you see these new buildings, we call them the projects, because we working a project on y'all. As long as you ain't got no man there, we'll give you money for years, missy. Will you? Yes, we will. Mr. Gilmore, you good white folk. My mammy told me you was good white folk. My mammy and her mammy said Mr. Gilmore is good white folk. Why would black people want to lead this plantation? Why would we want to be free and go? America plantation is the greatest plantation in the world. Don't everybody want to live here? Everybody wants to live in America. A country of about 350 million people. I'll give America 400. America has 400 million people. I know that's not it, but we're going to push it up to 400 million. Everybody wants to live in America. There's 9 billion people on the planet. America statistically makes up less than 4% of the population of the world. It's 9 billion people on the planet. 9 billion people want to live in America. So all those people in Sweden, Switzerland, Austria, they want to sell all their businesses and move to America. All these people that own Exito grocery stores, all these investors, all these people that got big money in South America in oil, because that's the '1 export in South America, just in case you guys are wondering. The #1 export in Colombia is petroleum oil and natural gas. Then coffee and everything else comes after. So everybody want to say, F it. We moving to the United States. Forget that. All these women like my wife that got their master's degree and are working on their next degrees, and they have careers that they work so hard for 15 years. They want to throw all that away so they can be they can do nails in the United States because their degree doesn't transfer over. I was an ex-college recruiter. I know that only a certain percentage of immigrants or somebody that immigrates to the United States, only a certain percentage of their credits transfer. So they may only get maybe like 20% of my wife's credits for all she worked for would transfer to the United States. So now she got to go back to school, expensive schools in the States just to get back to where she was. Everybody want to live in the United States, huh? I was at a wedding looking around. This is a few months ago. I told this story before. I was at a wedding and I'm looking around at all these Colombians. And this was at the time period, it was at the height of people coming to the United States on the Mexican border. And I'm thinking to myself, as an American, I didn't say anything to anybody. Now, it's about 200 people in here. Ain't one of these people put a foot forward as if they're about to leave Colombia and go to America. Not one of these people. The people that go to America, let's talk about it. Are they the doctors of that country? What about the hedge funds investors? Are they the hedge funds investors of Peru that are going through Panama to come into the country? What about the best scientists? Are the best scientists coming from through the Mexican border? No. All those people that you guys are now paying for are the poorest of the poor in all these countries in South America and in Africa. So yes, everybody that's the poorest of the poor wants to come to America. Everybody else that got something going on got their own flag, just like we Americans have our own flag. And this is going to hurt your heart, Americans, too. You know what's happening also? You thinking all those millions of people that's coming in trying to go to America. All my Canadian brothers, could y'all validate this? A lot of those immigrants that's coming to America going straight to Canada. F America. A lot of those immigrants, they ain't stopping in the United States. Why should I stop here? No. I'm going straight to Canada. And some of you Canadian brothers can attest to how y'all got an immigration issue that's going on right now as well. But us Americans think we're the only ones. There are a lot of people that ain't effing with America. And even the brokest of the brokest, some of them ain't even stopping in America. They're going straight up to Canada for a better life. Or hoping for a better life. Let's put it like that. Shout out to you guys. But they want you to stay on their plantation. Shout out to my man Zay, my dude. Shout out to you. He said, I'm rolling. So true. He said he never had problems getting women in the States. He said he just got tired of the 304 quality. Man, you know what disappointed me the most, guys? We got 172 people in the building. Click that like button. We like you. Make sure you like us too. And I know you guys were disappointed too. You guys that went to college, got your degrees, or some of you ex-military guys that worked your way up to being officers and things like that. In other words, you took life to another level. You're the manager of your office, or you're an executive, or you started your own business. Was it not disappointing when you got to that level that Kevin Samuels was talking about, the high quality men, and you noticed that the high quality women was throwing out the coochie just as fast as Keisha and LaWanda and them in the hood? Do you know how disappointed I was? Because I thought there was a level of woman that was like, we're late. I'm looking for all the Claire Huxtables up top. I'm really believing this, that once I get to myself to a certain level of life and I'm gonna meet these type of ladies, and it's gonna be all these fundraisers and the mayor's balls and all, fundraising events and I'm going to all these golf events, and I'm going to, master my tennis game, and I get to that level. I'm going to go to all these book events and all this. I'm upper echelon sisters, and it's going to be quality women I'm going to meet, and I'm going to get married to nigga. Them females that got them educations, them degrees, and got their promotion, them the nastiest. You talking about Keisha and them in the hood nasty. For all you dudes that ain't never got no 6-figure coochie, no 7-figure coochie, I'm going to tell you now, some of the nastiest females, that's the freakiest nasty that will let you do and bring a friend, are 6-7-figure females. And some of you dudes that are in fraternities can attest, because y'all still smashing them same chicks that became judges, and you were smashing her when she was a freshman in college, and you still busting on her robe, and she's a judge. Man, this female sister astronauts out there. You like, well, she's an astronaut. She's got to do. I told you, dude, one of the nastiest, freakiest 6-figure chicks that I dealt with was a sister that flew herself to see me in Florida. 6-foot chocolate, fine. She was a rocket scientist, a literal rocket scientist. She flew all over the country, but she always had business in Florida because we know, Florida Rockets. So she was always in Florida for. So I said, on your next trip down here, just stop by Tampa. And she stopped by Tampa, and I beat it up for dude. All the nasty stuff that you think only LaWanda or pay-for-play chicks in the States or in Las Vegas would do, bruh. All them sisters that's making that big money and they act bougie as can be in public, them the nastiest heifers that you ever want to put your thing inside of. And all you dudes that are of fraternities or all you upper echelon brothers, you can attest that everything I'm saying is true. Them the nastiest mother that you ever saw. They will let you smash on their boss's desk. Like I did. Hey, she dared me. Believe you me, that was probably one of the biggest disappointments with American women that I ever experienced. It was not, oh, sisters, I like that. No. Once I left prison and I worked my way up to be somebody, and I'm thinking like, I'm about to meet these Claire Huxtables up here. Cool. About to meet all these Felicia Rashads up here. These quality sisters that's about their business and don't get a coochie out like the regular chicks do. Shh. Man, I got awakening once I started messing with 6-figure and 7-figure women. Don't y'all ever let or ever think when you see that woman riding down the street of Atlanta with her top down that she ain't as nasty as the chick in the projects. She just as nasty. Boy, that was disappointing. Boy, that let me down so bad. Shout out to my man, Mr. Smith Jones of the Jones family. He said, I grew up in West Palm Beach, Florida. He said, my cousin and I found out we were Eskimo brothers. Shout out to you. He said, many times over. He said, because these broads could come to South Florida and get ratchet and ratchet can, he said, and get ratchet as ratchet can be. Yep. I kid you not, man. They ain't never lied. Shout out to my man Willow Thrill in the building once again. He said, Puerto Rico? Shaking my head. He say, damn the U.S. Oh, man, Puerto Rico used to treat me nice, boy. I smashed me quite a few of them, boy. Boy, living in Florida, yeah. With the $10. Once again, show the love, man. I appreciate you, brother. He says, fellas, American women go on girls' trip in Southern Florida, and y'all know. I learned, when you live in Florida, man, listen. He said, I learned these 304s weren't loyal back in the early 90s. He said, fellas, come on. Dre spitting facts. Dude, I told you I used to beat him up on the cruise ships. Man, listen. If you ever want to get some easy coochie, inexpensive, and you ain't got no time to fly to Colombia, go on a cruise. Man, they're handing coochie around like cotton candy. Especially you get you a cruise that's heading out of Florida. My man KB is in the building. He says, I'm enjoying this topic. He said, Drew, I'm enjoying this topic. He said, how you logically and hilariously break it down. I'm glad that you like it, brother. Shout out to you being here. I'm glad that you made it. Brother from down, I guess you guys, all you guys are thinking it's funny. Hey, like the Brazilian chick, I couldn't remember her name, man. She wasn't the first woman I couldn't remember her name either. But she was the longest chick I was with, 4 years. And I liked her too, man. I wouldn't even lie. I liked her. She was good. If I was still in Detroit, she'd have been my boo. I ain't gonna lie. She was everything to do with a woman and a woman. She was. But if she was all that, Dre would have remembered her name. So I guess she wasn't. Shout out to the Plantation Lifestyle, Mr. Gilmore Property. He said, by the way, I'm not selling my my businesses outside the United States, and you shouldn't. You shouldn't. If you got some property, some business, some opportunities, if you're getting your income established in the United States, remember, United States is a corporation, not a country. It was set up as a corporation. United States Incorporated. Get your business on, guys. Don't never sit back and think that you do. I'm purchasing online businesses from the United States. I'll say that again. There's a website that I purchased called Flippa. Flippa.com. I'm going to pull that up for you guys real quick. I'm purchasing online businesses that have already been established in the States. And you can buy some inexpensive ones, and you can buy some expensive ones, just like $200,000, $300,000, $400,000 a lick. And these companies are well established. And Flippa's been around forever, dude. So let me pull this up for you guys real quick. You know I'm gonna drop the link. You know I come with the receipts. I'm gonna come back to you, brother. Flippa.com, where you can buy and sell all these stores, all these online stores. All of them for sale on Flippa. Yep. Flippa's been around forever. You can get started with buying a company for under $2,500. And this is what it's for. They literally buy and sell different companies. And you can put in here what type of company you want to buy, online company you want to buy that's already established. And your brokers will work alongside with you to make sure that the transactions, and you get all the information that you need in regards to your interest in purchasing that business. I don't know why it's going slow, but I'm going to drop that link for Flippa for you guys. Let me go back here. There we go. I'll drop that in the comments. So yeah, don't throw your businesses away, guys. If you got businesses or if you got real estate and things like that, you want to keep them, take care of that. Yes, sir. Because I'm not throwing it away, and neither should you. We're going to get back to the video in a split second after I get done with the super chats. My brother says, okay, let's make sure that I'm still available. Okay, I'm looking good. He said, shout out to the Plantation Lifestyle. He said, by the way, I'm not selling my businesses outside the United States. He said, my economic life matters. Yes, it does. He said, same with the rest of my fellow expat brothers. Shout out to you. Oh, this in Australia. Shout out to you, brother. Brother from down under. He said, Dre, I'm a respiratory therapist. He said, them nurses, travel nurses are the big dude. I used to run through travel nurses. Run through them. Bruh, Kevin Samuels ain't never lied when he said those nurses. Bruh, I used to, bruh. If you ever want you a 304 and yet she look professional during the day, get you a nurse. Get you a nurse. I'm married to a nurse. I ain't got, hey, bruh, I ain't talking about your wife. I'm talking about the average single 304. Bruh. I'm a male nurse. Well, you already know what I'm talking about then. Slinging it. Man, nurses are so easy to smash. He was right. Nurses, teachers, bruh, they are so easy to run through. He say slinging it all in the hospital cheating. I won't deny that. You should have saw us, our staff on college campuses. Man, I'm going through professors, the dean secretaries. I'm going through the females that work in the financial aid department, females that work in re-entry department. Man, listen, the tutors. Man, please. Yeah, man. These professional women, man, I'm telling y'all, do not let these women fool y'all and try to act like I own a, man, please. You must think you talking to Tom Tucker, that dumb mother. I'm serious. He is 100% correct on that one. Them nurses, please. I used to run. Especially if they traveling nurses. And they like, listen, if only for one night. For real. The nurses, I used to have them like this, boy.
I want sex in the kitchen, over by the stove. I want put you on the counter, by the buttered roll.
The nurses.
Hands on the table, on your tippy toes. Girl, we'll be making love like the restaurant was closed.
That's how I had them nurses, boy. That's how them nurses. Same thing with the school teachers.
I want sex in the kitchen, over by the stove. I want put you on the counter, by the butter rolls. Hands on the table,
She be
on your tippy toe. Girl, we'll be making love like the restaurant was closed.
yeah, man. Yeah. He said, look at that dude, like Umar said, I beg your pardon. For real. I beg your pardon. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's get back to the video, guys. And shout out to my man Don. I think he said, you see all the American women going to Jamaica, true. And many Western women going to Africa to hook up with young boys. That's true too. Did you see the sister screaming at the Jamaican? Man, I saw that video like a few times, man. I've seen her on panels and everything. Because the dudes that she wanted to pay for playing would not go down on her. And she's just yelling at these dudes in Jamaica like, hey, that's not our thing. We don't eat the cat. And plus, we don't know you anyway. And she just going, she's just going ham on the brothers. He said, I came across a lot of medical workers and teachers at this. Me too. Me too. I was just looking up some swinger spots for a dude doing a consultation. I say, so you're in the swinger world? And he was like, yeah, on my way to Brazil. So I looked up the best swinger spots in Rio, Sao Paulo, and Salvador. Yeah, man. He said, I'm not leaving for the women. I'm leaving for a better quality of life. Preach. If they only knew, that's why we leaving. Shout out to you, brother. My brother Shemaja said, he leave for a better quality of life. So true. He said the bonus is the women not having to deal with hood rats and ninjas. That's true. Shout out to you, Lex in the building. Mr. 71 himself. I'm just saying, brothers. I'm just putting it out there. But let's get back to the video. Let's get back to the video. Hold on, let me pause it. You guys says no sound. Okay, let me take it out, and then I'm going to come back in with that. Let me take that out, and then let me take this out of video. Stop, and then I'll go back in. Let me see if this helps. Thanks, guys, for letting me know. Now let me know if this helps.
To go pay for some pussy that you can't stay in the country that you
Let me know
born in and raised in and talk a bitch out her drawers. Me, myself, I ain't never talked no bitch. I ain't never paid for no pussy. Fuck is you talking about? When the Most High made Adam, he made Eve. And everybody don't got it like that. I see some of them passport lame ass niggas. He sitting up here speaking in Spanish, telling a bitch that he love the hoe. And then of course the hoe gonna tell you she love you back because she want that money. And you stupidly gonna give it to the bitch. Passport brothers is just hoe ass niggas. What are you talking about, bruh? Then he gonna make I think he made a video. It was like a cartoon on there of an emblem of a big old fat motherfucker talking about rich men don't gotta be cute and sexy. Man, what the fuck is you talking about, bro? Real men, such as myself, we don't use them type of words, nigga. Nigga, we say, oh, I'm a player, nigga, or I'm a handsome nigga. Nigga, cute and sexy, nigga, that's words bitches use, bro. Fuck is you talking about? And then these niggas be having all these subscribers. So I don't really know how many subscribers he got, but it's a whole bunch of dumbass niggas. Dummies. He think because he a lawyer and he got money and da-da-da-da. Let me tell you niggas something about lawyers. Let me get off this passport brother shit right quick, because y'all already know them niggas just lame, goofy, pussy-ass niggas. Yes, and look, like I say, I know our women are masculine. But shit, masculine women with me, if they get masculine with me, and a lot of, most women don't get masculine with me, but if a bitch get masculine with me, and you not my wife or one of my wives, shit, I'm gonna just walk away from you, bitch, because I've been end up batting the fuck out your bitch ass. I don't play that type of shit. I don't let nobody disrespect me, man, woman, or child. You heard me? But them hoes test niggas that they know is pussy. You heard me? Yeah. So you goof ass niggas want to travel y'all bitch ass way overseas to go get a bitch because y'all tired of black women over here. That means that you need to sit down and get yourself straight. You not no man of the Most High, first and foremost. That's why it's so hard for you to get women. You not no warrior, nigga. Fuck you talking about. Yeah, I see you be doing your little karate, taekwondo, jujitsu, but anytime you want smoke, nigga, let me know. You in the 5th Ward, ain't it? It ain't nothing for me to take a trip to Houston, Texas. I come right over there in that 5th Ward where you say you at, boy. Fuck you talking about, nigga.
Now notice, just for a split second, all of this smoke that he has, and the guy that he's talking to directly is Dennis Sperling. I don't think this dude want to tussle with Dennis. I don't think he want to tussle with Dennis. So just to let you guys know who he's talking about.
I'm pushing 40, nigga, and I'm built like a warrior, nigga. Fuck you talking about. Look like you eat McDonald's every day, big fat, bad built ass, goofy looking ass nigga. You look like a fucking low budget version of fucking Big Bird, goofy ass nigga. Fuck is you talking about? Yeah, but yeah, at the end of the day, jumping back on this other shit I was talking about, but the nigga a lawyer. He got a bar card. Come on, man. And so he making some decent money. So he think that, oh, because he got money. Man, look, bro. Them hoes gonna use you too. That's it. You gonna wade across town over there fucking some hoe who probably got 1,000 bodies just because she look good. Yeah, them hoes look good, but they all the same. Good looking hoes with fucking fake ass bodies. All them hoes over there ass don't look good, even though it's shot up with goddamn silicone and whatever the fuck them poisons been shot up in their ass. I'm not doing it. I'm not sharing my body with no fucking prostitute. Passport brothers are desperate, unconfident niggas. That's why they fly their lame ass over there and do that old pussy ass shit. I'm telling the truth. Stop me when I'm lying. You ain't gonna be able to. Yeah, but back to this bar card lawyer, police ass nigga. Let me tell you, lawyers is fuck niggas, bro. I beat a case without a fucking lawyer. When you go in there talking with them judges, all they doing is casting spells on you with words that they use. I would not lie to y'all. And I'm not gonna put my name out there so you can go look up my record. But at the end of the day, I wouldn't lie to y'all. I beat a case already, you heard me? You don't need no fucking bar card to practice law. I practice that shit myself, nigga. I got the Black's Law Dictionary. See, when you don't know, when you don't know no better, niggas like Dennis Sperling can finesse you. Why you think them niggas make you pay all these thousands and sometimes millions of dollars? Nigga, because all they doing in there is going to have a debate. Whether you was guilty or not, nigga, it's about who can finesse the jurors the best way. That's all it is. And when the lawyer tell you, just tell me what really happened, nigga, you confessing to a nigga that's finna go back and tell the judge, the lawyer, the litigators, all of them, the judges, all of them is in cahoots. So the more money that you give them, the better chance you got getting off, nigga, regardless if you guilty or not guilty. All they gonna do is break your money down and split it between each other. That's how they get rich. They know the truth. They got cameras. They really seen what's happening. And in my case, I had cameras that seen what was happening. So I told them bitches when I went into court, I was talking crazy to that crack ass judge and all type of shit. A nigga held me in contempt. And then contempt is the dishonor of the integrity of the court. But nigga, integrity is respect. And the courts don't have no specs. When you see that American flag up there with the fringes on it, that's a fucking pirate flag, nigga. Because they there to get your money. When you go through them double doors, then you going into their floodgates. So you in their jurisdiction.
Okay, this brother's just rambling now. The brother's just rambling, you know, about beating a court case. I don't know what, he's not explaining what his gripe is with Dennis. He sounds like he has a gripe with attorneys in general. And then he's not explaining why he has a gripe with the passport bro movement. I'm going to say something I've never said before. If I was not a person that traveled, I'd be happy for y'all. If I couldn't make it outside the States, I ain't gonna even lie. Okay. I'm happy for y'all. I understand that y'all going doing what y'all doing, man. Have fun for me. See what I'm saying? Keep the party going. Maybe one day I'll make it outside the country. There would be no hater bone in my body. And if I'm like that, there are many men out there that are not haters. There are many men in the United States that understand and wish that they could make those moves, but they just can't. Either they're married in the States and they just can't make those moves, or they got their kids to take care of, or businesses. So they're like, okay, fellas, you go ahead and do it. You got some people that are disabled that can't do it. But they're like, you know what? I still support what you guys are doing. I might be in a wheelchair, but I can live vicariously through you guys' videos. I will be happy for you guys. But yes, there is a pool of American black men that cannot stand you brothers. Can't stand you sisters. How dare you sisters leave the community, the community. We here struggling. We trying to get equal rights, and we trying to fight for this and try to keep the next Trayvon Martin from happening. And you sisters just want to up and leave and move to Portugal and Jamaica. And You know, sisters that cannot stand, and many sisters are out there living their best lives outside the United States. So why am I talking about this? Because I don't want to keep you guys too long tonight. The only reason I'm talking about this and I'm bringing this up is to encourage you guys, to let you know that we don't need a bunch of people. Oh, I just said I'm about to end it, baby. We don't need a bunch of people. Andrea is always on me about making sure I get proper sleep because she knows I have insomniac. I'm an insomniac and I rarely get a full night's sleep. So I'm always working all night long. So she comes in and be like, okay, enough of that, buddy. We don't owe anybody anything in the States. For all you dudes that volunteer work and did all that you do, continue to do it. But you paid your share to the Black community and to the American. You don't owe anybody. Anybody that tries to shame you, make you feel bad, you must hate the United States. I remember Angry Man said that a couple days ago. You guys must hate the United States. We don't hate the United States, Angry Man. Just like the first brothers that migrated out of continents or countries in Africa didn't hate Africa. They just want to venture off and see what was out there. Just like the Vikings who ventured off, want to see what was out there. They didn't hate where they were from either. You don't have to hate a location to enjoy another location. Another thing Angry Man said the other day, he said, it sounds like you guys are running to hide. Hide where? Hide from what? That's the one thing about the Black community. I'm going to tell you something about the Black community that I've noticed. Y'all ready? It's going to hit some of y'all upside the head. If the issues in the Black community were alleviated now, some of y'all will be miserable. If the issues in the Black community were alleviated with one swipe of the hand, one prayer, some of y'all would be in mourning, wishing they would come back because you have no excuse then. That means that you would have to work just as hard as anybody else to accomplish the goal. You can't blame it on a white man. You can't say, well, he stopped me because I'm Black. That's gone. That's been washed away. There is no more Trayvon Martins. If that was washed away, some of y'all would still be miserable. If you think I'm lying, here we go. Remember, I told you I was going to tell you two stories. The first one was Harriet Tubman. The second one we're going to end off with is Booker T. Washington in his autobiography. Booker T. Washington says this. He said, I was a kid, and you guys have heard me tell this story. In his autobiography, Booker T. Washington said, I was a kid when slavery ended. So I couldn't read. There was no universities yet, no me setting up schools, none of that. He said, and I remember going to my mom, and she was crying. He said, I looked at my uncles and all the other people that I grew up with. They were crying. Massa had called us all to the front steps of the plantation. So all of us slaves were at the true story. Booker T. Washington says, all of us slaves, I'm a kid, little kid, all of us at the Massa's front porch, Massa crying, my mama crying. All the workers are crying. Massa kids crying. That was my friends. He said, mama, Massa tell them, y'all's free. The government had, the South has lost the war, and y'all's free to go. And Booker T. Washington said, I grabbed my mom's dress and I'm pulling her dress, and I asked my mama, why you crying? Now, you would think this would be a time of celebration for Black folks, wouldn't you? Mama, why you crying? He said this in his autobiography. His mother said, because we don't know where we's going to go, and we don't know what we's going to do. And that's how many Black people are still to this day. If you take up the problem, the headache, if you tell them that all it takes is you getting on a plane and all of that stuff that you dealing with in the States could be washed away in one sweep because you're in another country and you got another chance. Even if you go to an all black country, or if you go to an all Asian country, or if you go to an all Afro-Colombian country, instead of just being black in North America, you black in South America. You can deliver them from no more seeing a Trayvon Martin. Because I ain't seen too many Trayvon Martin incidences here in Colombia. I've heard in black communities, they got rough cops. Yes, they do, but not like in the States. There is no freedom that's good enough for a lot of black people. What do I mean by that? There are black people that they can't survive without a struggle. They gotta be in a country where they can blame something on a white man other than themselves. Because if you get a passport and you go to another country, there is no more white man to blame stuff on, is it? It's on you, ain't it? If I don't work, I don't eat. It's on Andre. It's on Andre. Same thing for any of you guys. If you don't go after your goals, then nothing gets accomplished. And so it is, and I'm going to end it with this because I don't want to ramble on, but so it is with a lot of brothers and sisters in the United States. The reason why they will never leave that plantation, because they don't know where they's going to go, and they don't know what they's going to do without the almighty Mr. Gilmore. And most black people don't want to admit that. That's why the black struggle will never end. Not because of white people. Think about it in all sincerity. For the most part, most things that held us back as a black community don't even hold back the average American, black American anymore, does it? Most of y'all mamas ain't maids. You could go to school and get a degree in most schools. Now, are there still areas that we're still fighting for equality? Yes. But there's nothing that's holding us back, is it? But if you listen to the average black people sitting down in black, you think it was 1842. And we could play the white man holding us. If it wasn't for the white man, the white man. Sitting up here making six figures. We got black billionaires, black multimillionaires, and black millionaires. You can sit up there, be a person that's no matter what color you are, you could be sleeping in your car today and write the great American novel tomorrow. There is no just only black people will buy your book. Only black people will listen to your music. Not like the 50s and 60s when they had to make music that was for black people and make music that was for white people. But there are black people that need the struggle to always continue. That's why, and I mean a huge percentage of our people, that's why being black in the United States comes with the struggle love. And black Americans, for the most part, not all of us, but for the most part, are in love with the struggle love. Many of us will live with the community struggle, and your ass gonna die trying to fight the community struggle that the community doesn't ever want to disappear, just like Booker T. Washington and all those slaves in Massa didn't want slavery to end. You'd have thought that at least the slaves wanted slavery to end. Maybe they just want the ass whoopings to end. Maybe they just want the inequality to end. Like, man, could we at least get some decent foods and create a decent house for our kids? Maybe they just want the simple stuff, but to just all of a sudden up and have to leave the plantation. A lot of slaves didn't want that. And so it is when it comes to leaving the plantation known as the United States. Most of y'all ain't going no damn where, because for y'all to leave the United States, that means y'all got to stop talking about struggle all the goddamn time and how hard it is for the black man all the time and how the black man can't make it and how the inequality, this and that and that. You can't do that no more on the other side of your passport, because you can't say that, because now everybody's looking at you as an American and not the black man. And they look at you like you got more opportunity in our country as an American than we do in our country. So now they're looking at you like up here, and you're sitting back, want to go back to the States or stay in the States because you've been programmed for over almost 400 plus years to be in love with the black struggle. And that's why most black people ain't going no damn where. That's the main reason why they ain't going nowhere, and they mad at you for leaving the plantation. Who the hell are you? Who are you, KB? Seriously, who are you, KB, to leave the plantation? Who are you, David? Who the hell do you think you are to leave the plantation? What about Will the Thrill? Who the hell are you? Who do you think you are to leave Ohio? All these struggles we going through as black people. Who are you to think that you can actually live a life and not have to worry about being black every day, even though you're black every day? What do I mean by that? Since I moved to Colombia, I have not had to worry about my color every freaking day. Why? Because most of the time, people are calling me my nationality every single day. That's the American. Ain't nobody walk around here call me black yet, even though I'm black. Even in the black communities, they call us American. They don't be like, hey, this is my fellow black man. No, they be like, he's American. He said, Andre, this guy in this video is all over the place. He is. With the hate talking nonsense, starting to think he's a comedian. No valid points in nothing. Nada. Shout out to my man Jay in the building. Jay said he mad because he can't do it. 'Tis true, my friend. 'Tis true. He says, only way he left his state was in a bus to another prison. And the church said, amen. One of those totally uninformed brothers. Yes, sir. And my man James of the Wingate family. He says, James says this. Jay says, Pookie Sims talking trash, but no heat in person. Yeah. Bring it on, Dennis. Bring it on. Just bring it on, Dennis. I see you doing the taekwondo with your sons. Just bring it on. Like, nigga, is this Popeye? Is this the black Popeye the Sailor Man? What the? Come on, bruh. Stop it with the madness. Stop it with the madness, guys. We got 171 people in here. Shout out to you being here. Shout out to my man Drizzle being in the building. He said that's because that we Latinos don't see race like that since we are all got blood in us. Yeah. Yeah. That's one thing I noticed, that even when Latin communities talk about other countries, they don't talk about the race. They still talk about the nationalities. You might hear a Dominican talking about Puerto Ricans, but they're talking about the nationality, not the race. You might hear Puerto Ricans or Mexicans talking about each other, but they're talking about the nationality, not the race. Black people, we so accustomed. There are black people in this world that wouldn't know what the hell to do if they didn't have to focus on blackness all day long. Umar and the Umarites wouldn't know what the hell to do if they were actually outside the United States and people start treating them like Americans. Now they have to act like Americans and not just, well, I'm a black American. No, Poppy. You are American. But I'm a black American. Yes, you're black. But first, you're American. No, I'm black. You are programmed to think about your blackness first. And you don't want to leave a country because that's all you know is your blackness first. I don't blame you for not leaving. I'm going to say this again. I'm going to end it with this. Us who are expats, or those of you who are deciding that in a few years or even 10 years, 15 years that you want to relocate to another country, we're not trying to convince you guys that plan on living in the States to leave. It's the opposite. If you guys think that we want you guys that are stateside to leave the States, you out your rabbit ass mind. We want you to stay your happy ass right where you are and keep on paying them taxes and them high bills and making sure that you keep the US dollar strong for us that want to travel and relocate to other countries. My job is to convince those who are thinking about it, to give them information. Number one. And for those who want to stay in the States, my job is to convince your ass to stay red, white, and blue for the next 35 generations. I want your kids to make sure that my kids have a strong US dollar that they can, and crypto that they can lean on. Our job is not to convince you Americans to leave. Hell no. If anybody says, if the FBI is listening right now, no, we are not trying to convince anybody in America to leave America. We need y'all happy asses right there. Right there. Don't you move. Don't you go nowhere. Stay right where the hell you are. You're right there. All the barbecue and hot dogs that you can handle. Keep that dollar strong for us, whether you realizing that you're doing it or not. Shout out to you guys that are here this evening. I appreciate almost 180 guys that came in. And shout out to James once again, like he said, those Pookie Simps talking trash. We got, from now on, we're going to be doing 5-day live streams. So we'll be starting on Wednesday, then Thursday, then do our regular drink in hand on Friday, as well as we're going to be doing a Saturday afternoon live streams, and then we're going to be doing our Sundays. So we're going to be doing it 5 days a week. Shout out to you guys that hung out with us this evening, and I will be seeing you tomorrow evening with a new topic. Like I said tonight, today, you stateside brothers took a L. And today, my white brothers, I love y'all, but man, y'all got to start acting right when y'all come to Colombia. Ain't no coochie that good for 42 years in prison. I'm gonna say that again. I ain't never had no coochie that I ain't never seen a female that looks so good that I'm gonna do 42 years in a foreign country's prison. You ain't gonna see your mama pass. You ain't gonna see your kids grow up. You think your wife gonna be bringing your kids on visitation to Colombia? Man, we got to be wise when it comes to these women. So if it ain't working out, you can do the jealous thing while you was in the States. But when you in these other countries, you put your jealousy to the side. Shout out to you guys being here. Let's get started with this outro. And now that we're going to be doing 5 days a week, I need to create some new outros for us too. Let's get started with this outro. Shout out to all you guys in the comment section. Make sure I hit everybody in the super chats. I already did. But yeah, don't be trying to convince them brothers to leave the United States. Oh no, keep your ass right there. We appreciate you. You guys have a great evening.
Det var första gången vi möttes. Våra blickar bara möttes. Kommer du ihåg det igen? Kommer du ihåg igen? Du vill ha ice little fingers. Då du vet det chalas. All in, ingen broms, schackmatt på din vänster hand. Du är så viktig baby. Ja, du är allians. Du är försiktig baby. Och du gav mig en chans. Det är 50-50 baby. Men det är balans. Jag växlar upp med dig baby. Ingen annan. Det var fan ingen dans på någon ros innan jag träffade någon som dig. Som dig baby. Det var fan ingen dans på någon ros innan jag träffade någon som dig. Du är mitt liv baby. Aldrig titta på någon annan. Varför du med annan? var med mig, baby. Aldrig lita på någon annan. Finns ingen annan, jag vill ha min chakarinna. Låsa av sig fingersinna. Jag kommer alltid ride with you. 100 gubbar klart jag die for you. Du är så viktig, baby. Jag och du alias. Du är försiktig, baby. Men du gav mig en chans. Det är 50-50, baby. Men det är balans. Jag förklarar upp för dig, baby. Ingen annan. Det var fan ingen dans på någon ros innan jag träffade någon som det. Du är mitt liv, baby. Det var fan ingen dans på någon ros innan jag träffade någon som det. Du är mitt liv, baby. Visa mig vart du finns. Vi kommer väl till min city, nej. Jag vet att det finns. Kom det är bra lives and all nights, yeah. Jag vet att jag minns kör det. Chans social smuggler. Jag tvivlar det. Visa mig vart du finns, yeah.